The world is loud, and yet inside you there is a silence that waits, a silence that remembers what you've forgotten. You have chased everything. You have lost yourself in everything. You have been broken by everything. And now, finally, you are still. The wind no longer answers your questions. The stars no longer speak your name. And for the first time, you listen. You begin to hear something ancient, a voice not from outside, but from within. The voice of the Stoics, the voice of the soul that refuses to bow to chaos, the voice that whispers, endure. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your teacher. It cuts so that you may see where you have been numb. It burns so that you may awaken. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius said that not to impress anyone, but to remind himself, in the quiet darkness of his own mind, that virtue is not spoken, it is lived. You have fallen. Many times. Each time you thought it was the end, but it was only the beginning, again and again. The universe keeps bringing you back to the same lesson, until you finally learn to face it with calm. There are moments when the world feels too heavy, when your chest aches from invisible weight, when you stare at the ceiling in the dark, wondering if anyone else understands the storm you carry. But listen, the Stoics understood. Seneca knew the ache of losing everything he loved. Epictetus knew the sting of chains. Marcus knew the loneliness of power. And yet they found peace not in what they possessed, but in what they chose to think. The mind, that is your fortress. No one can touch it unless you open the gates. No insult, no failure, no loss can conquer you. If you learn to guard your perception, the things that trouble us are not the things themselves, but our judgments about them. Epictetus said that, and in those words lies the key to your freedom. When the storm comes, and it always comes, do not beg for it to end. Do not curse the sky. Stand in the rain. Let the thunder speak. Let the water cleanse you of what you were. There is power in stillness. There is wisdom in restraint. When the world shouts, the wise man whispers. When the world runs, the wise man stands. It is not indifference. It is mastery. The mastery of self. You are not here to escape pain. You are here to transcend it. To turn every scar into scripture. To carve meaning into every wound. You will lose people. You will lose dreams. You will lose versions of yourself that you love deeply. But loss is not the end. It is a clearing, so that new strength may take root where weakness once lived. Do not resist the cycle. You are not separate from it. You are the fire that consumes, and the ashes that remain. You are the storm that destroys, and the calm that follows. You have tried to find peace in others, in success, in distractions that only numb you for a moment. But peace has always been closer than you think. It sits quietly behind your fears, behind your anger, behind your endless need to prove something. Look there, in the space between your heartbeat and your breath. That is where peace lives. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. Zeno taught that, and it is still true. Every century, every soul, every life that tries to rise above pain must begin with self. Do not be ashamed of your weakness. Even the wise once trembled, even the strong once broke, but they rose not because they were unshaken, but because they refused to stay fallen. The path is not supposed to be easy. You are not supposed to understand it all. You are only meant to walk it. One breath, one choice, one act of courage at a time. Discipline is not punishment. It is love. It is the quiet agreement you make with your future self, that you will not betray them. Wake early. Breathe deeply. Speak less. Observe more. Do your duty. Expect nothing. Accept everything. And you will begin to taste what true freedom feels like. The world will test you. It will whisper that you are behind, that you are not enough, that others are doing better. But remember, comparison is the enemy of peace. Run your own race. The finish line is not out there. It is within. You will learn in time that everything you feared losing was never truly yours. People, status, possessions. They come and go, like waves touching the shore, never staying long enough to belong. But your character, that is yours forever. The one thing the world cannot steal. The one treasure untouched by time, unshaken by fortune. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. And if you live by that truth, nothing can break you again. You have suffered, yes, but suffering is not the mark of failure. It is the mark of life lived honestly. For pain visits only those who have dared to feel. And through that pain, something inside you hardens, not into bitterness, but into steel, a silent endurance. Born from the knowledge that you have survived everything so far. You are stronger than your fears. You just forgot to remember it. There were days when the weight of existence crushed your chest. When you wanted to vanish, when hope was just a word you no longer believed in. And yet you are here, listening, breathing, still standing, still searching. That is strength, not the kind the world celebrates. Not loud or glittering, but quiet, relentless, like the roots of a tree holding the earth together while storms rage above. You have walked through fire, and though the flames scarred you, they also burned away your illusions. What remains now is truth. The truth that life is not meant to be easy. It is meant to make you real. The Stoics did not chase comfort. They chased clarity. They did not ask, why me? They asked, what can I do with this? And that question, that sacred shift, changes everything. You see, most people run from pain, but the wise learn to walk with it. They make peace with their suffering, and in doing so, they rob it of power. It is not about denying emotion. It is about not being ruled by it. You can feel sadness and then still act with honor. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel anger and still choose restraint. That is mastery. That is freedom. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free," and you too can be free, not by running from the world, but by no longer being enslaved by it. You have been betrayed, perhaps, hurt by those you trusted, disappointed by the world's coldness. But do not let that make you cruel. Do not let the pain of others harden your heart, because if you let bitterness live in you, you will be chained to those who wronged you forever. Forgive them, not to absolve their sins, but to release yourself from their shadow. Remember what Marcus said, "The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy." Be different. Be calm where others are loud. Be kind where others are cruel. Be patient where others are impulsive. The world does not need more chaos. It needs composure. It needs men and women who do not break when life does not go their way. Do not waste your strength on things beyond your control. The weather will change. People will change. Fortune will rise and fall like the tides. But your mind, that is your realm. Rule it well. There is a kind of beauty in hardship. It strips you of pretense. It shows you who you truly are. When there is nothing left to hide behind, you learn what you can live without. You learn what really matters. You learn that peace does not come from plenty, but from perspective. And when that realization hits, when you truly understand that you need so little to be content, you become untouchable. The world loses its grip on you. You stop chasing approval. You stop fearing loss. You stop begging life to be different. You simply live, fully, honestly, deliberately. There will be days of loneliness. Do not run from them. Sit with them. There is wisdom in solitude. The noise of the world can distract you from yourself, but silence reveals you. When you sit alone long enough, you start to hear the voice beneath the noise, the one that has always been waiting to speak. It is calm. It is timeless. It says, "This too shall pass. You will fall again and rise again. You will love again and lose again. You will build again and watch it crumble again. And through it all, you will remain. You are the constant in the chaos, the observer behind the storm, the soul behind the story. Do not fear the impermanence of life. Embrace it. That is what gives it meaning. The flower is beautiful because it will wither. The sunset is sacred because it fades. Every moment is precious because it will never return. And so, do not waste it. Do not waste your time on envy, or anger, or regret. Each second you spend resenting what was is stolen from what could be. The Stoics practiced memento mori. Remember, you will die, not to darken their hearts, but to brighten their days. For when you remember death, you begin to truly live. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop postponing your joy. You start being grateful for the smallest things. A breath, a sunrise, a kind word, a quiet evening. These are the real treasures, and they are free. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to return to yourself, to the part of you that is uncorrupted by fear, untouched by ego, that quiet center within you that already knows the truth. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Epictetus words, simple, eternal. Decide who you wish to be, then act accordingly, not for recognition, not for praise, but because it is right. The reward of virtue is virtue itself. Peace of mind, a clean conscience, a steady soul in an unsteady world. The Stoic does not rise to be admired. He rises to be useful, to serve what is good, to walk with integrity, even when no one is watching. And when he fails, he does not despair. He begins again, because self-mastery is not a destination. It is a practice, a discipline, a lifelong conversation between your higher self and your human self. You will stumble, you will fall short, but every sunrise brings a new chance to live a little wiser, to react a little calmer, to love a little deeper. Rise, because something within you refuses to stay broken. Something ancient, something silent, something that remembers who you are. Even when you forget, you have faced storms that would have shattered others, but you remained. Bruised, yes. Exhausted, yes, but alive, still breathing, still trying, and that is enough. Do not wait for perfect courage. It will never come. Do not wait for ideal circumstances. They will never arrive. Begin where you are, with what you have. Take one step, even if your hands tremble. Courage does not roar. Sometimes it is just the quiet whisper that says, I will try again tomorrow. Do not mistake stillness for weakness. Do not mistake gentleness for surrender. It takes great strength to remain calm in a world addicted to noise. It takes great power to stay kind when cruelty seems easier. The Stoics called it apatheia. Not apathy, but mastery over the passions. The ability to feel deeply without being consumed by emotion. To stand in the fire and not become the fire. To hurt, but not to hate. That is power. That is freedom. You were born into a world that confuses comfort with happiness. That confuses pleasure with peace. That confuses attention with love. And so, you must unlearn what they taught you. True happiness is not in the next purchase, not in the next victory, not in the next approval. It is in this breath, this moment, this silent acceptance of what is. You do not need to add more to your life. You need to subtract what is false. Subtract envy, subtract greed, subtract fear, subtract all that makes your soul heavy. And what remains is peace. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And so stop wasting. Stop waiting for permission to live. Stop apologizing for your existence. Stop postponing the life your soul aches for. The moment is now. The place is here. The person is you. The Stoic does not control time. He honors it. He spends it as though each hour were sacred. Because it is. You will die someday. But before that, you have a life to live, a duty to fulfill, a character to build. Do not die before your death. Live so deeply that when the end comes, you can greet it with calm eyes and a steady heart. Because that is what this all leads to. Equanimity, a stillness that nothing can disturb, a serenity that nothing can steal. You do not arrive there through luxury. You arrive there through discipline, through hardship, through loss, through the quiet acceptance that this is what life is, a fleeting, sacred trial. Your suffering is not meaningless. It is sculpting you into someone capable of love, of compassion, of wisdom. Every heartbreak softens your pride. Every failure humbles your ego. Every disappointment clears the fog of illusion. The pain is not punishment. It is purification. It teaches you what no book can. It shows you what no teacher could explain. And when you emerge from it, you carry something rare. A calm that cannot be bought. A strength that cannot be faked. A gentleness that cannot be taken away. Do not run from your trials. Run through them. With quiet courage, with dignity. If life strips you of everything, let it, for only then will you know what cannot be taken. Your reason, your virtue, your peace. Epictetus was born a slave, and yet he said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." He understood that freedom is not about circumstance. It is about control over your own mind. You are free the moment you choose to be. Free from fear, free from vanity, free from the endless craving to prove something. You will find that when you stop chasing, what is meant for you begins to arrive quietly. Because peace attracts peace. You no longer need the world to see you. You only need to see clearly. Look, the sun still rises even after the darkest night. The tide still returns even after it retreats. Life renews itself endlessly, and so can you. Your story is not over. Even if you have lost everything. Even if you have made mistakes that haunt you. Even if you feel too tired to try. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by what you choose next. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." So let the obstacle become your path. Let pain become your teacher. Let failure become your foundation. The mountain you are climbing is not outside of you. It is within. Each time you rise above anger, you take a step higher. Each time you forgive, you ascend. Each time you remain calm in chaos, you grow. Until one day, you look down and realize you are standing on the peak of your own mind. From there, the world no longer intimidates you, because you have mastered the only thing that truly mattered, yourself. And when you master yourself, you become untouchable. Not because nothing hurts, but because nothing controls you. You see beauty in every ending, purpose in every struggle, peace in every storm. The Stoics did not seek immortality, they sought tranquility. And they found it, not by changing the world, but by changing their response to it. You too can find it, in this very breath, in this very moment, by simply choosing to let go. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of the need to be seen. Let go of the illusion that you are owed anything. You owe life your effort, not your control. And when you finally surrender that control, not in defeat but in wisdom, you discover what they all discovered. That peace was never somewhere else. It was always here. Remember, you came here with nothing. You will leave with nothing. Everything in between is borrowed. Time, love, pain, beauty, struggle, all of it passing through your hands like water. So hold gently, clutch nothing, let it all flow. The Stoics called it amor fati, love of fate. Not just acceptance of what happens, but love for it. Because everything that happens, happens for you. Not to you. The heartbreak that shattered you, it taught you tenderness. The loss that emptied you, it made space for wisdom. The failure that humiliated you, it stripped you of pride. Every moment, sacred. Every wound, a message. But you must be quiet to hear it. Still enough to see it. Humble enough to learn it. You see, the Stoic life is not one of detachment. It is one of presence. To live fully in what is, not in what should have been. Do not waste your days fighting reality. Reality always wins. Instead, align with it. Move with its rhythm. Flow with its current. The river does not rage at the rocks. It moves around them. And in time, it shapes them. You too can move that way. Softly, powerfully, patiently. It is not weakness to yield. It is wisdom. For only the rigid break, the flexible endure. There is a strength that comes from surrender. Not giving up, but giving in to what already is. That is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart. With all your heart. Not half, not cautiously. Fully. Love deeply, even knowing loss will come. Try boldly, even knowing failure awaits. Live bravely, even knowing death approaches. Because to live with fear is to not live at all. Do not seek safety. Seek truth. Do not seek comfort. Seek growth. Safety builds walls. Truth builds wings." The Stoics lived with death on their shoulder, a constant reminder that time is short, that every sunrise could be the last, that every conversation might be a farewell, and so they lived awake. You must do the same. Do not drift through your days half asleep. Do not trade your present for someday. Do not wait for peace. Create it. Start where you are, with what you have, with who you are. You are enough for this moment, and this moment is enough for you. Every breath is a new beginning. Every dawn a quiet mercy. Every night a whisper of gratitude. When the day ends, ask yourself not what you achieved, but whether you lived with virtue. Did you act justly? Did you speak honestly? Did you forgive quickly? Did you live with grace? If the answer is yes, then you have lived well. Do not measure your worth by what the world applauds. The applause fades. The crowd moves on. But integrity remains. And peace? Peace is eternal. When the world wounds you, and it will, do not seek revenge. Seek understanding. The one who wrongs you is lost in his own ignorance. Do not follow him there. Stay still. Stay upright. Stay kind. It takes great power to remain good in a corrupt world. It takes divine strength to forgive in a cruel one. But you are capable of that. Because your nature is not chaos. Your nature is reason. Your soul is not meant to be ruled by the world. It is meant to rise above it. The Stoics taught that we are fragments of the divine, that each of us carries within a spark of the eternal fire. Logos, reason, order. The universe breathes through you. The same intelligence that guides the stars guides your heart. So when you feel small, remember that the cosmos lives in you. You are not lost. You are becoming. When you are tired, rest your mind in gratitude. When you are afraid, anchor yourself in reason. When you are uncertain, trust the unfolding. Nothing that is meant for you will pass you by, and nothing that passes you by was ever meant to stay. Accept this, and you will know peace. There is beauty in simplicity. You do not need 1,000 things to be happy. You only need alignment between what you think, what you say, and what you do. Virtue is harmony, and when you live in harmony, life itself becomes music. Yes, the notes of sorrow still play, but now they have meaning. They belong to the song. Every trial, a verse. Every triumph, a chorus. Every breath, a note. And when you live in rhythm with nature, even your silence sings. Seneca once wrote, "Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. So live this day as if it were your only one, because it is. This version of you, in this moment, will never exist again. Do not waste it chasing shadows. Love someone, forgive someone, thank someone, be someone's calm in the storm." That is what it means to live well. The Stoics did not teach detachment to escape life. They taught detachment to love it fully, to hold everything, joy and grief, gain and loss, with open hands, because the hand that grasps too tightly crushes what it loves. But the open hand, it receives everything and lets everything go. When you can do that, when you can smile at the rise and fall, at the coming and going, at the beginning and the end, then you are free, truly free. So the next time life tests you, do not ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What is this teaching me?" And listen, because the answer will come. Not in words, but in calm, unfinished. Yes, that is what you are. Not broken, not lost, simply unfinished. A work of becoming, sculpted by time and trial. Each scar, a chisel mark of the divine. Each tear, a drop of wisdom soaking into the clay. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be real. The Stoics understood this. They did not seek flawlessness. They sought truth, to see themselves as they were, without illusion, without vanity, without denial. To look into the mirror of life and not flinch. Can you do that? Can you face the parts of you that still tremble? The anger you hide, the fears you bury, the loneliness you silence? Do not run from them. Invite them in. Sit with them. Listen to what they are trying to tell you. You cannot master what you refuse to face. You cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." He did not mean to be cold. He meant to be free, because every complaint is a surrender of your power to what you cannot control. Every time you resist what is, you multiply your pain. Acceptance is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. It says, "This is what life gives me, and I will meet it with calm." Do not waste your energy trying to bend the world. Bend yourself. Shape your thoughts. Refine your reactions. Master your emotions. The Stoics knew the world outside you will never obey you, but the world within you can. And when you master that inner realm, no insult can wound you. No failure can define you. No chaos can unseat your peace. You become like the mountain, unmoved by the wind, or like the sea, calm on the surface, deep beyond measure. It does not mean you stop feeling. It means you stop being owned by what you feel. You can still love deeply, but without possession. You can still hope fiercely, but without despair. You can still care, but without losing yourself in the caring. That is freedom. The Stoic heart does not grow cold. It grows vast, capable of holding both joy and grief without collapsing. Because life will give you both, always both. The warmth of sunrise and the chill of dusk. The laughter of love and the silence of loss. And if you learn to welcome both, you will finally live. You will understand what Seneca meant when he said, "Life is long if you know how to use it. Use it not for vanity, but for virtue. Not to chase, but to become. Each day is a lesson in patience. Each hardship a teacher in disguise. Each person a mirror showing you who you are, even the ones who hurt you, especially them, for they reveal the edges of your peace, the limits of your forgiveness, the strength of your restraint. Do not curse them. Thank them. They too serve your becoming. When you learn to see life that way, everything changes. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is meaningless. Not even the pain. There is beauty even in the breaking, because breaking means the form is changing. And you are not the same as you were. You are growing, becoming, awakening. The Stoics did not run from suffering. They looked it in the eyes and said, "You are not my enemy. You are my discipline. And so must you." Because the truth is, ease makes you soft, but struggle makes you solid. You do not become wise by reading. You become wise by bleeding, by failing, by enduring, by rebuilding. There will come a moment, perhaps in solitude, perhaps in the midst of pain, when you realize that nothing outside of you has the power to save or destroy you. That realization will terrify you at first, then it will liberate you, because in that moment, you will finally understand what freedom truly is. It is not doing whatever you want. It is wanting only what is good. It is not the absence of pain. It is the presence of purpose. It is not running from the storm. It is learning to dance in the rain. You will walk through fire again. This I promise you. Life will test you. Loss will visit you. Fear will whisper to you in the dark. But each time, you will emerge more whole, not less, because now you know the fire cannot destroy you. It can only reveal you. When you stand in its light, you will see yourself clearly. All that was false burned away, all that is true shining bright, and you will thank the fire for what it gave, not for what it took. That is amor fati, to not merely endure what happens, but to love it, to see in every blow the hand of destiny, carving your soul into something eternal. And one day, when your breath slows and your eyes soften into the quiet of the end, you will smile, because you will know you lived as the Stoics taught, with grace, with reason, with calm. You faced pain and turned it into wisdom. You faced fear and turned it into courage. You faced death and turned it into peace. That is the art of living. That is the final mastery. To leave this world not bitter, but grateful. Not afraid, but fulfilled. Not empty, but complete.